Hello, everyone. Every moment is the start of a new beginning. I am Marjorie Bacarisas. I am here to discuss about the 20th century. But first, let me tell you what is the 20th century. The 20th century is defined as a witness the birth foreshadowed at the of the 19th century and the outgrowth of the abstraction along with innumerable movements that come and went amidst radical changes across globe. To add on to that definition, the Spanish flu epidemic, the World Wars One and Two, the nuclear weapon, the nuclear power, and space exploration, nationalism, and decolonization scientific advancements are dominated in the 20th century and help to define the modern age. In this modern age, also known as the 20th century, we can definitely see that we are accelerating based on our communications, the way we interact to the people, the way we fashion ourselves, and also the transportation nga mapadali ang atong life, then also the musics nga nagka-change ang genre. So as the time goes by, makita dyan na atong progress. And in the 20th century, in the form of art, is makita dyan nato ang newness and freshness of the art, which the Cubism is emerging and most influential and well-known form of art. And also, in the 20th century, the president is challenged based on the styles, beauty, aesthetics, give way to abstractions, expressions, and the symbolism of the art.
Contemporary art initially grew along with modernism, however, it is now viewed as divergent. From the school in 1910, Roger Fry and his colleagues founded the Contemporary Art Society, and at the time that this was simply a private society where artwork could be purchased for public museums. The term contemporary art refers to art, namely painting, sculpture, photography, installation, performance, and video art produced today. And one of the examples for contemporary art is the murals, painting murals. If you see between the walls of elementary schools and also high schools, that is one of the examples of contemporary art, and also street dance, which is a dance that dancers will perform without any choreography, just like you surprise.
The Mount Saint Victor by Paul Cézanne, that being made at the year of 1902. It is a mountain in southern France and became his subject for this artwork with the reason of this place is where he lived in. At the year of 1909 to 1910, another artwork was being produced. This is called The Dance. This famous artwork was made of Henri Matisse. This is the symbolism of an ode to life, joy, physical abandonment, and has become an emblem of modern art. And the last one is Umberto Boccioni's unique forms of continuity in space at the year of 1913. He is one of the key figures in the Italian Futurist movement and wrote in a manifesto style book where he cited, anyone today who considers Italy to be the country of art is necrophiliac, who thinks of a cemetery of a delightful little alcove.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is John C. Kasipong. I am from Group 3. You know this guys. He is the famous contemporary art in 20th century and his name is Jeff Koons. Jeff Koons is the one of the famous highly divisive figures in contemporary art. Jeff Koons is self-described as the artist who is trying to lead art into the 21st century. Koons challenged all preconceived notions of what art it is, seeking the revolutionized traditional distinction between high art and mass produced commercial art, building on the ideas of Marcel Duchamp and Andy Warhol. Cons skews the concept of the artist as an original creator. Rather, Kunst is well known for his high technical recreations of advertisements and banal objects. His works also depicts objects that are widely considered unattractive and provocatively places them in a context where the viewer is forced to consider them as artistic. Criticized by many for the supposed demise of artistic talent and the rise of Kent's, Cons remains one of the century most influential. Mao sa niyang pinaka nindot nga yang nabuhat guys is the balloon flower. Then nakakuan ka po ni nato nga aside nga karon, and especially this kuan balloon dog by Jeff Cons nawa guys, mas dako pa sa tao ang iyang gihimo nga kuan yang art. Then it was a crowning moment in Jeff Koons' long and extraordinary career, while Francis Bacon's 142-meter dollar triptych depicting Lucian Freud was grabbing the headlines at the same Christie's sale in New York. The man who has turned banality into high art was this week enjoying his own triumph. He did it with one of the celebrated series of toy balloon dog sculptures 10 feet tall and constructed of stainless steel but faithfully reproducing the contours and shiny plastic colors of a party balloon toy. It went for a staggering a living artist. And the second is Claude Monet. Claude Monet, the father of Impressionism, was a key figure of the movement, ushering in a huge change in French painting during the second half of the 19th century. Although his innovations emplaced both the 19th century and 20th centuries, his ideas were not initially accepted, but it is fine art. And his artwork establishments in France. The official salon rejected the paintings of Monet and his contemporaries from a public exhibition, inciting Monet, Edgar Degas, Edouard Manet, and Camille Pissarro to hold their own independent exhibition in 1874. The title of his arts is Of Impression Sunrise by Monet Inspired. One critic to derisively refer to the painting as mere impressions and the artists themselves as impressionists, a label that the rebellious group embraced as a badge of honor. Monet began each painting outdoors, closely observing the effects of light on his subjects. Then he would bring the work into his studio to finish. His colors appear exceptionally light because he used a white primer on his canvases instead of the dark background that was traditional in 19th century landscape painting. In his later years, he filled mural-sized canvases with the effects of light bouncing off his water lily pond for the luminescent water lily series in 1920 to 1926. Monet spent his mature years painting us on his property as Giverny. And this is the lily pond that he his art. And you know guys nga light daw ang iyang background para sa embrace dark unta siya. Then mao jud na wala siya nakuan sa iya kanang iyang project, but gi-exhibit niya sa public, mao to ni sikat siya by in public. And diri na matapos akong report guys, and napay mosunod na ni. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Efremi Balo. Our discuss is all about 20th century of contemporary. Pablo Ruiz was born in Malaga on 25 October 1881. The son of an art teacher, he later adopted his mother's maiden name of Picasso. He grew up in Barcelona showing artistic talent at an early age. In the early 90s, he made between France and Spain before finally settling in Paris in 1994. As a significant influence on 20th century art, Pablo Picasso was an innovative artist who experimented and innovated during his 92 plus years on Earth. He was not only a master painter but also sculptor, printer maker, ceramic artist, etching artist, and writer. His work matured from the naturalism of childhood through Cubism, Surrealism, and beyond, shaping the direction of modern and contemporary art. Through the decades, Picasso lived through the two World Wars, aired for children, appeared in films, and wrote poetry. He died in 1973. Artwork is associated most of all with pioneering Cubism. Alongside with George Braque, he also invented collage and made major contributions to symbolism and surrealism. He saw himself above all as painter, yet his sculpture was greatly influential, and he also explored areas as diverse as printmaking and ceramic. Second artist is Jackson Pollock. He was born on January 28, 1912, Cody, Wyoming, USA. Was East Hampton, New York, American painter who was a leading exponent of abstract expressionism and art movement. A characteristic by the free associative gestures in a paint, sometimes referred to as action painting. During his lifetime, he received widespread publicity and serious recognition for the radical pour or drip technique he used to create his major works. Among his contemporaries, he was respected for his deeply personal and total uncompromising commitment to the art of painting. His work and example had enormous influence on them and on many subsequent art movements in the United States. He also one of the first American painters to be recognized during his lifetime and after as a peer of 20th century European master of modern art. The artwork of Pollock is a lavender mess. Number one, 1950 lavender mess embodies the artistic breakthrough Pollock reached between 1947 and 1950. It was painted in an old bomb-torn studio next to a small house on the east end of Long Island, where Pollock lived and worked from 1945 on. The property led directly to Accoboonach Creek, where illegras, marshes, and gorges, watery light were a source of inspiration for him. Though the work contains no lavender, the waves of black, white, russet, orange, silver, and stone, blue industrial paints in lavender mess radiate and move glow that inspired Greenberg, Pollock's stalwart champion, to suggest the descriptive title, which Pollock accepted. Pollock's canvases from his decisive pace of his career are considered to have transformed the experience of looking at our work of art into one of being immersed upright in its fullness. His mastery of chance, intuition, and control brought abstract expressionism to a new level.